we'll make it?
Yeah, it's enough to juice. It's so slippery, like I can't even back up.
Honestly, you're fine.
My first time, man.
You got this. You got this.
I'm sliding. I'm stuck.
Inside as much as you're comfortable with. Oh my god. My life has taken a common theme over the last year or so. Make plans, then right before it's time to act on those plans, we derail the whole thing and either completely change said plans or just cancel them altogether. It honestly feels like my time belongs to other people. I do my best to make plans and stick to them as punctually as possible, but it always seems that external forces have more important things for me to do. I'm approaching 3 years with my GX, and I've been talking about a mountains trip since before I even bought it. A couple of days before Christmas, I decided I was going to the mountains the day after Christmas, and I was not going to change my plans despite the area getting almost 10 inches of snow and ice just days prior to our arrival. One big reason I had yet to do any adventuring is simply not having anyone to do it with. I'm riding in a vehicle with almost 300,000 miles and would really like another set of hands just in case things get hairy. This summer though, my friend Mike bought his Jeep Gladiator and despite being a brand new truck, decided he was adventure ready too. After countless four-wheel drive beach days this summer, we were both itching for more adventure. Little did we know that's exactly what we would get. We started our search for camp around 7 p.m. We entered Switzer Lake Trail just outside of Harrisonburg, Virginia, with the intentions of sleeping near the lake and then riding up to Flagpole Knob the following morning. After searching for about an hour, we found the perfect spot, backed by a creek, set up some dinner, and got ready for the next day. We rose to the sound of the creek and after some breakfast decided to get on trail, headed towards Flagpole Knob. According to my maps, it was 3 miles to the top, where we planned to have lunch before heading home. Shortly after getting on trail, we would discover just how bad the conditions were. This trail is very flat and considered a dirt road in good weather and could likely be tackled by a Camry. But this trail on ice became dangerous fast.
I'm sliding. I'm stuck. Auto crossing.
We realized that it was icy, but up to this point, there had not been anything that we could not back out of. Up ahead, things changed, and they changed very fast.
Yo.
The gain in elevation from camp to flagpole was about 2,000 feet in a 2 to 3 mile span. The trail was pretty mild until we reached the switchbacks and started to climb. With the turns, we would have one side of the mountain that's wet and grippy, one side that's icy with absolutely zero traction, and one side that was entirely dry. Mix the ice in with the steep grades and things got kinda dicey. The camera never does justice, but there were a few times while out spotting that we were literally hanging over the edge with ice beneath our feet with nothing to hold on to but the vehicle. At this particular section of trail, I ended up sliding almost all the way to the edge and realized that there was a very grippy section right at the edge. Thankfully, I made it through without incident, but I got out to spot the other guys, and this is what happened.
Got grip on the left.
Yeah.
You good? Let me move.
Huh?
Let me move. Yeah, DJ, come up here.
You have grip here. So if you cut your wheel to the right, back up.
But my
just-
back is fishtailing.
You got grip on that right rear, on the left rear now.
So just
Like
turn
he's
right.
sliding on the front right there, the whole right side.
This tire needs to be here.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Yo, someone might have to pull me.
You're good. He's gonna slide to the right now. You're on the turn
When I
left.
came through, my vehicle slid all the way to the edge. I got the grip and I was able to continue moving forward without stopping. I think the issue here was that he stopped where there was no grip, so his momentum was killed instantly. We're beginners, and I don't know if that's what happened. If he would have been able to get over to the section where we were standing, he would have been able to continue on without needing help, or back down safely to get a little bit more momentum. The lack of momentum caused him to slide backwards, and I believe we could have done this better, but thankfully nobody got hurt. This last slide put him far enough left to catch the traction that existed right there where I was standing, and he was able to make it the rest of the way up. But this section to me was the scariest part because it was off camber to the driver's side with nothing to catch you if you were to slip off, and the only thing that we had under the tires was ice. Getting through that last section took almost 2 hours. It was at that point we had pretty much decided we were either going to be camping on the trail or walking out to get someone to help us up. We wanted to be off the trail by dark, but it didn't seem possible and temperatures were dropping. There weren't any safe places to turn around due to the incline and the ice. Going back down what we had already come up would have been even more dangerous. Conditions continued to worsen as the trail got steeper, but after that section being so exhaustingly sketchy, we figured out how to pick better lines, and it made the rest of the way a lot easier. There was one long steep section where Dom in the Tacoma slid back at least 50 feet, but we were chasing momentum and I failed to have a camera rolling. Next time, I need to remember to keep the camera going even when things are getting stressful.
Like this way, go this way.
We came with recovery gear, but none of us had a winch, none of us had lockers, and I made it up this trail with 31-inch Cooper all-terrain tires. The trail changed conditions about 5 times on the remainder of our ascent. And I'm not sure if it's visible in this video, but our choice in lines improved so much that nobody had any more issues the rest of the day. At this point, I would be confident in saying that a proper set of tires and a good line can take you a very long way. Dom's Tacoma was riding on nearly ball tires, but once we figured out the lines, we all made it just fine. Finally made it to the top just after 2 p.m., over 4 hours from when we left camp.
Come over here.
Starving and mentally drained, the views offered an incredible moment of relief and proved that it was all worth it. First adventure got a little bit more wild than we had expected. Looking back, it was worth all of the anxiety. I sincerely appreciate you watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I learned a lot that I can do better on the next run.